Health Spotlight, presented by Community Health Network.
All right, 2-hour health spotlight now, and that terrifying moment during last night's Dolphins-Bengals game. The Dolphins, you see it here, say quarterback TUA Tagovailoa suffered a concussion last night. This is the tackle that you see here. It's slowed down for you. Tua's head hit the ground. Wow. His hands locked in an awkward position in front of his face for several minutes as he laid on the ground. He was taken to the hospital, then released and flew back to Miami with the team. There are now big questions tonight about what happened and if Tua should have been on the field at all. I want to bring in Wish TV medical reporter Dr. Mary Gillis now. Mary.
Let's welcome in Wish TV medical expert and former Surgeon General, Dr. Jerome Adams. Dr. Adams, great to see you as always.
Great to see you, Dr. Gillis.
Well, Dr. Adams, you've seen the video from last night's Dolphins game and the injury to Tua. What did you see from that video? I mean, how severe was that? Was what happened?
Well, it was traumatic to watch. I was watching it with my wife and with my son, and I can tell you what I saw with him get hit, and then his head hit the turf, and then he went into what we call a fencing posture. The NFL defines concussion as a traumatic brain injury induced by hits to the head, neck, or face, or anywhere that transmits force to the head. What I saw was clearly a concussion, and a severe concussion.
And you said it appeared to be a severe concussion, you say. So we saw his hands. Describe the fencing posture and what that tells you as a doctor.
Well, it's called the fencing posture because it's a posture that is similar to the position that people are in when they are fencing, with the fingers extended. And what that tells me is that he had a disruption in the transmission of signals from his brain to his spinal cord. We have the brain, we have the brain stem, and that transmits signals to the spinal cord. And he was hit so hard that he had a disruption in that signal pathway, which causes that temporary positioning. And again, that tells us he had a very severe concussion.
What is the NFL protocol on concussion? And could he have suffered one last week and still pass testing?
Well, this is something that people are debating over, but the NFL protocol on concussion really starts in the preseason. They give players education. They actually give players baseline testing so that they know what they're comparing things to if they have trouble during the game. That's preseason. During the game, if there's a hit, then these individuals are assessed for no-go symptoms, such as loss of consciousness, amnesia, confusion, or gross motor instability. If they pass that initial screen, then they go on to an evaluation by both the team doctor and what's called an unaffiliated neuroconsultant, an independent person who also does the assessment. And they do a neurological exam to look at things like vision, hearing, balance, signs that would show us your brain is not working in terms of functioning along with the rest of your body. But they also do cognitive testing, looking at memory, concentration, and ability to recall information. And based on all of that information, they decide whether the player can go back to the game or not. And then finally, there's return to practice after the game. That's another part of this protocol. It's a separate protocol that the Dolphins would have had to go through to make sure he was okay to go back to the game for Thursday night after the hit on Sunday.
Dr. Adams, always great to see you. Always a pleasure. Thank you.